Lying down on a yacht in the middle of the Red Sea, apple juice in hand, I was just 13 years old. And while my friends and classmates were at home playing Fortnite, I just made $2,000 on the stock market and invited my parents on a trip. How had I gotten there? Well, by my boundless drive to make money. You see, I'd long had this allowance of 25 reals a week with an occasional 100 reals for excellent school performances. But, as weird as it sounds, as a 10-year-old, I felt confined and I wanted to expand my salary. So, I partook in a couple business ventures. Some of them include a lemonade business, a clothing line, and even a toy business. Until I came across the idea of passive income. This was perfect because I've always had this slight issue as a business owner. A lot of my customers and suppliers would underestimate me just for being a kid. And I try to get over this hurdle by doing things like deepening my voice. I'd go like, hi, I'd like a bulk order of 2,000 t-shirts, please. And no matter how serious I was, my issue persisted. However, one day, as we had a barbecue, my dad's friend Muhammad talked finance. He had $5,000 in his stock portfolio. Then he cracked a couple jokes, ate some steaks, and hours later had $5,100. That's truly when it clicked for me. I can make more money by making money work for me. And so, excitedly and full of adrenaline, I decided to enroll in my school's financial literacy class. I started watching CNBC's market review and participated in my class's stock simulator. I wanted to become a financial guru at all costs, and so I learned about market sentiment, dollar cost averaging, and risk management. Eager to become this magical thing, an investor. And so, COVID hit in 2020, in March. This was my opportunity to learn things my own way. Chaos had erupted on Wall Street, and the Dow Jones was down 35% in just 2 weeks. But luckily, I recalled Warren Buffett's words, quoted in my autumn class. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. And so, I gathered up my courage and a couple $1,000s I saved in my last couple birthdays and invested in 3 main stocks. First, United Airlines. Then, Apple. And finally, Coca-Cola. 2 of these stocks are blue chip stocks with a history of stable growth. But to be honest, I took a bit of a gamble with United Airlines, as that stock was down 80% due to the fact that all flights were halted. But luckily, Buffett led me well, and I was almost able to double my investment in 3 months, enabling me to cash in that same summer. Seeing that my hard work and learning came to fruition pushed me even further, and I became addicted. And so, I shifted my focus to NFTs and cryptocurrencies. Seeing, I hear a bit of hesitation, seeing that I had gotten used to the huge and quick returns, the fluctuations and inconsistency really in cryptocurrencies intrigued me. However, at the time that I had bought Bitcoin, it was at a high of $60,000, and I felt FOMO, the fear of missing out. And this is the ugly side of investing, in which your false hope and insecurity can sucker you into imagining infinite increases in value. And so, the experienced investors cut their positions and made a profit in Bitcoin. However, I was forced to sell for a price that was lower by 1/3. However, that defeat didn't teach me everything. I also experimented with NFTs, this being my first. And to be honest, I wasn't honest to myself. I was buying something with no inherent value and really following the hype blindly. So, by no means is my finance journey perfect, and nor should it be. I share with you my story today to really tell you to go for it. And although you might think I'm a bit crazy, and it sounds counterintuitive, invest with money you're willing to lose, because to be honest, that's the cost of learning. Everyone can learn the quantitative and the qualitative aspects of investment. But to manage your emotions in a quick changing market, which takes practice, that's the real test. Today, with friends, My goal is to empower others to become more financially literate. I want them to feel the same excitement I felt as I started my finance journey. In my free time, I like to hold stock investment competitions, events talking about the latest trends in the financial markets, and also workshops about the investment principles. But more importantly, I want to create an ecosystem whereby the youth can feel truly thrilled about the future of money. Thank you for listening, and let's get out there and make some money.